All right, everybody, we are back for race number 4. Today we are playing the Cornus preset, and we got a lovely group of gamers for us today. We got Classic Advent, we've got Crazy Four Blades, we've got Scrimps, we've got Durdrak, and we also have, over on the other side here, we've got Eldritch, Ren, Alex, and Sestrin. As always, let's go ahead and get these players started up here and wish them some good luck. Today we are playing Cornus. Cornus is a very fun preset where the players are going to be starting in the second castle. Alongside starting in the second castle, they're also starting with all the wolf movement abilities at the very start, and those wolf movement abilities are going to be relatively cheap. And because they're starting in the second castle, they're also going to be starting with Leapstone and Gravity Boots. And they're also starting with Silver Ring at the start, yet again, interestingly enough. And the starting room is the inverted Allrox's quarters. Interesting. Let's see how these players opt to play here. And already, I want to say Muramasa drop. Unfortunately, not the best one. You want the Masamune. Masamune is the better of the katanas. But also important to note is starting here, they do start next to a pretty interesting warp. And I wonder, it seems like Classic Advent is going straight for that warp. We'll see how this plays out for them. Classic Advent did, spoilers, if you haven't watched yesterday's video and you're watching on Dragon Blitz Daily, go watch yesterday's video. But spoilers for that video, Classic Advent was the winner of that race. So I'm very interested to see what route Classic ends up taking. The other person, which I think has some very creative routing decisions, is Durdrak, who decides, you know what? We're next to a boss. This is a preset where all bosses need to be killed. I'm going to kill this boss. And on the way, I'm going to make sure to take out these enemies, get extra level ups, as well as check for the items that drop from those enemies. This tournament does have it so every single enemy is guaranteed to drop an item once you kill them. This is to help prevent one player from getting a massive lead over another, from getting random drops and whatnot. So everybody has a fair shake. As long as you kill the same enemies, you're going to get the same drops. So routing does hopefully matter in that regard. Why is Cornus not working? There's supposed to be a command for Cornus. Why is that not working for you? I probably misspelt it or something. That's probably it. Yeah, I put Chronovis. It's Cornus. Jesus Christ. There we go. Shouts to Corn. Ooh. So we have two important boss fights happening. Durdrak seems to be doing just fine versus the Castlevania 3 trio. Meanwhile, Classic Advent, currently poisoned, fighting off against Akmedon, seems to be at a relatively low level, but has a bit of a loop going. Don't drop into his arms. That is the thing about these second castle starts. You are going to be forced to fight certain boss fights at relatively low levels. So how well can you adapt? Ring of Vlad found for Durdrak in the bottom right here from the Castlevania 3 trio. So it seems like it's a 50-50 split. Some players are opting to do Akmedon first, and some are opting to do Trio first. We'll see which route ends up paying off. These players are going to need to kill all bosses at some point anyways, as well as collect all 5 Vlad relics in order to win the game. So Advent has some sort of loop going here. And finally gets the kill. Crazy Four Blades also getting the kill, not too far behind. Let's see what that relic drop is. Akmedon loves to take his time to leave the room as he gets Thanos snapped into oblivion. And it's Sword Card! Oh my god! Not super useful, unfortunately. And Classic, Advent, and Crazy Four Blades, both of them here in the top and the bottom left here, taking very similar approaches, except Crazy is opting to do some extra item checks here. I feel like if you're comfortable enough with your gear, the item checks probably won't matter too much, but you never know, you know. A lucky library card drop, a lucky duplicator could be all it takes. Maybe even a Christogrim or something. Who knows? But unfortunately for Crazy Four Blades, doesn't find anything. Yeah, it seems like Classic Advent is just prioritizing movement right now. Just go to the next location. Does a couple of item checks. Gets a shield rod. Could be good. Ring of Arcana does nothing for this preset because we don't care about item drops. Now, what shield did they start with? I don't remember. Mana Prism found also. Dropped by the imps. Is Advent going to farm for Mana Prisms? Looks like it, yeah. Advent said, wait, I ain't done here yet. And I wonder if Crazy's going to do the same thing. He sees the apple drop. Sees the Mana Prism drop. Does he farm it now, is the question. Or does he say, nah, it's good enough? Advent puts on the Arcana. Oh, wait, yeah. Doesn't the Arcana guarantee the rare drop in this scenario? I forget how this works. You think the tournament organizer would understand how this works, but I think it guarantees the rare drop when you have it on. No, it does not. Okay, never mind. So it does nothing. Good to know. Meanwhile, I don't know if farming for these Mana Prisms is going to end up being that useful, considering Crazy has already killed Medusa here, but doesn't find much for it. Gets Force of Echo. So I wonder how this routing is going to pan out. And is making his way all the way to Castle Keep now. I do want to take a quick little peek at how the other players are playing this. And so far, Ren went all the way to Caverns instead? Yo. Ren taking a completely different route compared to everybody else. I wonder why that is. Curious to see how this goes. Doesn't find much. Does have Silver Ring from the start. Has already killed Doppelganger 40. Has killed Trio. And that's it, according to the tracker. Sestrin also going to Beelzebub first, interestingly enough. I wonder why that is. We'll keep it in the back of our mind that Ren is doing some crazy shit. Meanwhile, everybody else is kind of sticking to this center part of the castle. Oh, it looks like Crazy Four Blades found Iron Shield and Shield Rod. A very useful combo. I wonder where he found that Iron Shield. Maybe it was a drop from the... It's either sitting somewhere in Castle Keep, just out in the open, or it's a drop from one of the enemies, like the tombstones or something. That's my guess. Finds a life max up and is deciding to stay in the second castle. So far, I agree with this decision, especially when you already have wolf movement, so why not? Just kidding, I lied, he lied. I lied and people died. Turns out, not going to Creature? That's where I assume that's where he was going. Like, he got the warp and he's going to Creature now. Is he going first castle? Ooh. I feel like in Cornivus, you need to kill all the bosses anyways. Staying in the second castle might pay off. But maybe Crazy Four Blades, he was saying in chat, he has gotten burned before by using the progression he finds in the second castle in the first castle and feeling like it doesn't pay off for him. So... Meanwhile, Durdrak has a pretty clean fight here versus our good old pal, but does not have the Iron Shield in his inventory or at least is not using it versus the boss, so. Oh shit, I lied. Again, Crazy Four Blades is staying in the second castle, but instead just wanted to warp back to, oh, this makes sense, back here to go fight Trio now, and then go from there, maybe? Interesting. Yes, all bosses are required for this preset. Oh wait, Iron Shield also found for Scrims. I'm just realizing here in the bottom left-hand corner. Dark Shield found for Durdrak. Durdrak might be maybe considering using Dark Shield instead. It's not my favorite, but it can get the job done. Speaking of Durdrak, I do want to point out Durdrak's looking to go to the first castle. I think for Cornivus specifically, since you need to kill all the bosses anyways, staying in the second castle kind of makes a lot of sense in my mind. But we'll see. This could pay off. You never know. It is a randomizer at the end of the day, and you sometimes need to get lucky and sometimes need to play well. And both of those things are not mutually exclusive. If you get lucky and play well, you're probably winning. is the way I look at it. Meanwhile, everybody else seems to be chilling in the second castle still, doing various things. Crazy Four Blades using the Iron Shield versus the trio, which seems to be okay, as long as you can hit multiple of them, not whiff entirely. Meanwhile, Durdrak is in the first castle. I'm very curious to see what he finds here. Nothing. Let's fucking go, gamers. Fairy Scroll does literally nothing for your game state. Oh, he's trying to buy... Oh, yeah. He's trying to do the mid-air jump just like that. Sick tech to get that Aquamarine and the extra item check. You never know what's in the shop, so that extra $800 could matter. Black Panther is the one that drops Iron Shield. Ah, okay. Makes sense that it's not a guaranteed one. So Classic Advent back to Castle Keep as well, and might be warping, doing a similar route to Crazy Four Blades. So I do want to see what's at castle entrance here. Durdrak being the first to the first castle. Checking the inventory, seeing what you can use. Honestly, you probably just put on Dark. Oh, Iron Shield! Bro, you have Iron Shield in your inventory. Oh, he never found the Shield Rod. That's why. Oh, yeah, Shield Rod was a drop that was found in a pot that he just didn't do. Well, I mean, it's nice, but it's not required or anything. So nothing found for Durdrak in the first castle. Crazy Four Blades, however, making his way to what's his name? Beelzebut. Bees Nuts. Ren seems to have done just up to death. Interestingly enough, Ren decides to do Doppelganger 40 and death and then come back to the center of the clock room. Very interesting routing decision, but he's still in the second castle and progressing forward that way. And Eldritch as well. I don't know if his tracker is working or not. We're not going to worry about that for now. So let's see how Crazy decides to... I'm going to guess Iron Shield is going to be how he's going to fight Beelzebub. But from which side? Is it Iron Shield, Gravity Jump, Dive Kick to the right? Yes, but he dive kicks off the back of his head and it didn't work out the way he wanted it to. Maybe Diagonal Gravity Jump to the right would also work. That could work. Diagonal Gravity Jump to the right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Crazy. Crazy Four Blades. They don't call him that for nothing because he loves this Shield Rod spell, and it is enough to kill Beelzebub. And his reward is the gold ring. Okay, silver ring was found at the very start of the game. That gold ring is going to give him access to holy glasses. So depending on what's at holy glasses, this staying in the second castle play could pay off. Meanwhile, everybody else bailed. Look, first castle, first castle, first castle. Crazy Four Blades says, I ain't done yet. He said, I ain't done yet. Put me in there, coach. Durdrak finds Spike Breaker, by the way, at the Spirit Orb location. Spike Breaker acquired. This means Spike Breaker is available early on in the game's intended progression, since this is a location that doesn't require any relics to get to. So for that reason, it basically just means that Silver Ring is not necessarily going to be like a super important location, necessarily. What happened to Crazy Four Blades' stream? No. Oh, he's back. He's back. I was going to say, his shit was buffering and I got nervous. I'm going to refresh that shit. Okay. He's just dropping some frames, but he's fine. He's just dropping some frames. He's fine. He's just dropping some frames. Oops. All these frames dropping out of my pocket. Oops. Yeah, so Honestly, staying in the second castle is a very interesting proposition. So I want to see how this pays off for Crazy right now. I'm keeping the corner of my eye on Durdrak as well as Scrimps in the bottom left-hand corner. Because I think Scrimps is the first to enter the library. And so far, gravity boots are found. Okay. Dude, library has had progression quite a few times now in these tournament races. And the thing about library is you obviously want to go there eventually, but the problem is you also want to go there once you have Form of Mist, but you're not guaranteed to have Form of Mist your first time entering there. So it's like this kind of risk reward where it's like, do I skip library for now and hope to come back later once I have Mist so I can do it all in one check and it's more efficient, or even come back later using a library card so it's more efficient that way? The risk reward is always interesting to me. Crazy Four Blades bouncing his way through the inverted long hallway there, making it to the outer wall. About to face off against Creature. He might be the first to fight Creature out of all the competitors we've seen so far. Goes for the Iron Shield spell. Backdashes through him. The classic glitchless strat, and it is enough to kill. His strength seems to be pretty decent. Gets the fairy card. Well, if he has a life apple, he's basically invincible. Yes, for those who are still curious, all bosses do need to be killed for this preset. All bosses are required. Do 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 do. Crazy, you're almost out of MP. Uh-oh, no MP. What is he going to do now? Has to slowly make his way through the rest of here. Or use his Mana Prism. Your Mana Prism. Crazy, your Mana Prism. There it is. I'm glad it's not just me who struggles with menuing quickly. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that the players who went early second castle can do to make up for not killing the bosses immediately is just having a better weapon by the time that they fight these bosses to make up for the time that Crazy is kind of struggling right now, or have better movement, like Soul of Bat, for example, and like a bunch of Mana Prisms or something. Because essentially you can think of it as like Crazy is doing all of these checks now and killing all these bosses now as kind of like a like this is debt, like time debt that he's paying now to have it pay off later. Also, I just realized Durdrak just found Leapstone, which finding Leapstone at Fire of Bat, which is a flight locked location, means that Leapstone plus Gravity Boots is not the intended form of flight. The way that the randomizer logic is set up is such that you'll never have flight locked by other flight, which means the fact that he just found Power of Mist makes me think that Mist might be the intended form of flight. He was able to get up there by doing an out-of-logic gravity jump like exploit. By transforming into Wolf and then untransforming, you get to do multiple gravity jumps. So we'll see how this pays off for Durdrak. And Classic Advent not too far behind, it seems like, in the bottom left-hand corner. Tooth of Vlad acquired. That is a required relic. What else we got here? Durdrak getting bullied by these flea riders. Finds the Jewel of Open. Okay, okay. Jewel of Open was flight locked. So far the progression feels like it's going to be Gravity Boots into something that gives you flight, into Jewel of Open, into something. Starts the chain that way. That's how the complexity chains work for these randomizers. Dude, I need to figure out what the fuck is going on with my hair. Help! Need a haircut. What is my favorite preset? I like all the presets in this tournament. All 5 of them I like a lot. I think Recycler might be my favorite generally because it's just very interesting to have multiple copies of relics. It means that your routing decisions can be varied from your opponent and they can still kind of like work out for both of you. So another Vlad relic acquired for Durdrak in the Alchemy Lab. Interestingly enough. So we have still yet to see the intended form of flight. My guess is Scrimps is right now going to Colosseum. My guess is that Form of Mist is vanilla. It's in its vanilla location. We're going to see Form of Mist at the Form of Mist location. That's just my guess. So we'll see. Does this old dog still know a few old tricks or however the saying goes? I guess we're going to find out. Was I correct? No! It was Soul of Bat. To be fair, it was a 50-50 because that needed to be flight from my understanding, having seen everybody else's perspectives. Yeah. I was just guessing that on the 50-50 that it was Mist. But it being Bat also kind of makes sense because Mist can then become another progression relic. So this is also an awkward location for Bat to be because most people don't go to Colosseum early, right? Colosseum is one of those locations where you kind of like put it off until you are ready to do Alrox's quarters, usually, or you're combining it with like other stuff like in the outer wall, or not outer wall, sorry, Marble Gallery, going up to Alrox's quarters. So yeah, Durdrak not too terribly far behind. The only difference being is Durdrak has an extra Vlad relic so far over Scrimps. And Durdrak is going to be finding that Soul of Bat soon. Meanwhile, Crazy Fourblade still in the second castle. Hasn't found any additional Vlad relics, which is scary. But he is killing bosses. He's making progress. So we can see on his tracker, he's got all of the second castle bosses down except for Galamoth right now. So that is a pretty big deal as far as progression goes. The other players have not been killing bosses. So, and the other thing is we still don't know what's at Holy Glasses. If Mist is at Holy Glasses, oh, and the final Vlad is locked behind like Silver Ring or Form Soul of Bat, oh, that'd be bad. We'll see. We'll see. This is kind of like Crazy's ace in the hole. This could either be his angle or his devil. Because if there's something huge at the Holy Glasses location, him getting the ring early matters a lot. If not, I think the other players are going to have an easier time in the second castle killing bosses and moving around because they're going to have Soul of Bat. And they're also going to have whatever extra weapons they find along the way. It seems like a lot of players are using stuff like Gurthang right now. Gurthang, one of the best weapons in the game. If you use Dark Metamorphosis, it increases your damage by 2.2 times. I think it's like 2.25 or something like that. And your sword gets a bigger hitbox. And it just shreds. It's just so strong. Lets you be able to do short hop double slash attacks. Mermaid statue found, interestingly enough. For Scrimps. Durdrak is going to find that mermaid statue, but also has access to Jewel of Open. Just kidding, mermaid statue not acquired. Oh, whoa. So Durdrak says, okay, I found Soul of Bat at Colosseum. I don't want to do Alrox yet because I don't have Mist, so I can't do Silver Ring yet. So instead, I'm going to go to the Caverns first. The only punish for doing that, by the way, is if Alrox happens to have mermaid statue. And in the... Excuse me, I'm talking.
I already know it.
I'm just joking. Thank you for the sub, Jin Shooting Star. The only punish is that mermaid statue happens to be at Alrox, and that is the exact scenario that's happening to Durdrak here. A little unlucky unless whatever is at mermaid statue is nothing, which is possible, but That was insanely well timed. Yeah, you got me. You got me, Jin. You got me. That is true. Primers, don't forget to rise up. If you got that Amazon Prime account, I've yet to beg for any Prime subs yet. If you have an Amazon Prime account, that means you get a free Twitch subscription once a month. If you would like to use it on your boy, I would be greatly appreciative. All you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account and your Twitch account, and you get one free sub every single month. So Crazy Four Blades wailing on Galamoth over and over and over again. Probably using Holy Sword, if I had to guess. That's what it looks like. A decent enough sword, but his strength is quite low compared to like what it needs to be to kill him quickly. It's a safe way to kill him, but it's relatively slow. So Durdrak, however, doing some sick wolf movement. Sheesh. Damn, Durdrak. Smooth as hell. You guys seeing that shit? Insert Mafia threat. Jizz it up, streamer. Insert Mafia threat to use your Prime sub. Speaking of Prime subs, thank you very much. Rate Cell Blackhand? Is that how I say that? Thank you very much for the 4 months. And Durdrak finds the life apple that does combo with the fairy card. So if you have the fairy card, you can revive yourself after dying. Huge. Massive even. Yeah, Durdrak does not have the merman statue. So is going to be leaving the holy symbol location on the table. Scrimps, on the other hand, does have that merman statue. Oh, you know what does suck though right now? Looking at Crazy Four Blades, he is still in the reverse catacombs, which means he never found a library card, because that would be the ideal place to a library card. But on the bright side, he has killed all of the bosses in the second castle. He is done with the second castle. As soon as he gets back to the first castle, he does not need to come back here except to beat the game. So we'll see if his gallivanting in the second castle pays off for him or not. Again, gold ring, silver ring combo, still very, very strong. We don't know how that's going to play out for him. We'll see. I'm very curious. But meanwhile, it seems like the deepest, darkest, as far as progression goes, is Durdrak, who is just finding not a whole lot here in the catacombs. It's making me worried about this merman statue. What about our other players? I was just about to ask. Let's take a quick look at Ren, who is in the first castle, having done a smattering of second castle bosses. Some of the first castle bosses still doesn't have Soul of Bat yet. We have Eldritch, who is also chilling in the second castle, having done quite a few bosses. Hasn't gotten all the way to Galamoth yet, but seems to be doing quite a few bosses. We have Sestrin, who is chilling in the second castle, having done Creature, and is going back to do Darkwing Bat, I presume. We have Alex, who is also in the second castle, trying to kill all of the bosses. We see pretty much all of them done, including Galamoth. Yeah, so Alex, I guess, is just going to the warp room right now to figure their way to the first castle. Oh, Beelzebub. They're going to Beelzebub. That makes sense. So some interesting stuff split between first castle and second castle checks so far. Sestrin may have died. I know Sestrin says that has said that he's a little out of practice, but yeah, progression-wise, it seems like Sestrin hasn't gotten too much done, but you never know. It's a randomizer at the end of the day. Combination of luck and skill, etc., etc. So we see Crazy Four Blades finally makes it to the first castle, and now is going to be doing all of the stuff that all of these competitors have already done, but we'll see. Durdrak, on the other hand, seems to have really not found anything in the catacombs. This could be really bad depending on what we find here for Scrimps. Scrimps is opting to do the boss first, but he does have that merman statue, and I imagine he's not going to be skipping it. Skipping the holy symbol check. So we're going to see what Durdrak finds first, and then we're going to switch over to Scrimps' perspective. That could be Holy Glasses, actually, now that I think about it. It has to be Mr. Holy Glasses, no? This could be Final Vlad? Oh, no, this is Holy Glasses. Oh, shit. Wait. So Mist is at Holy Glasses? And Final Vlad is mislocks. Crazy Four Blades is so in this, dude. Because I think we've seen everything in the first castle between all these competitors. And Echo is going to be right here. That gives us the information. So the reason I know Echo is going to be here is because Holy Glasses needs to be in the first castle somewhere. This is the only check we haven't found. Holy Glasses, in logic, is locked behind needing Soul of Bat and Force of Echo. So that means this has to be, not Force of Echo, sorry, just Echo of Bat. So this has to be Echo of Bat, which sucks for Scrimps because he just so happened to do it in the other order where he does this first, and now he's sitting on this slow-ass boat ride waiting to get a useless relic. Randomizer. That's twice now that the freaking ferryman has had exactly Echo of Bat, actually. Interesting. Well, on the bright side, you do get the bat movement to leave this place, so it's not too slow to leave. It's just the boat ride there. But now, I wonder how Durdrak is going to respond to seeing glasses there. Durdrak should be able to piece together the logic with the information that he has. So he knows Echo is somewhere still in the first castle, and it's probably the next step in complexity. So it's probably going to be the next thing that he finds that unlocks something. And he has quite a few checks left to do. So it looks like he's going to be backtracking for Merman Statue or something, interestingly enough. Or I wonder if he's just going to go second castle? I wonder. This is a very interesting seed, and obviously we have the ability of hindsight to see what other players have found and where they have found it. But, like, man, this is a tough call. Durdrak choosing to go all the way over to Merman Statue, probably just trying to avoid getting screwed over by a random Vlad somewhere. Finds Holy Symbol. It can be useful, especially for second castle movement, potentially, but yeah, I don't know. If I'm Durdrak, I'm probably thinking that, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call. We know where Echo is. Is he able to figure out where Echo is just using the information he has? Probably, but it's a tough call. Durdrak is going back to the mines, probably to use the warp, I imagine. Meanwhile, we do see Crazy Four Blades finds Gravity Boots, is in the second castle. So we'll see how quickly he's able to get his bosses killed and collect Vlad relics, which he should have none, yeah. Because I think all of the Vlad relics are in the first castle, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. We'll see how this works out. I'm very curious how Durdrak reacts here. He's going straight to the second castle. I think this is actually the correct play. Oh no, he's killing the bosses that he missed first. That makes sense, actually. So he's probably killing Karasamon. He's probably killing Hippogriff. He might kill all rocks while he's here? Or is he just going second castle now? No, he's just going second castle. He says, I'll clean up the rest of the bosses after figuring out what where the final relic is. Because he still hasn't killed any of the second castle bosses. So he is committing to going back to the first castle no matter what, whether it's for Final Vlad or if it's for bosses. So it's an interesting decision that I don't necessarily I don't think I would regret this necessarily. I don't know. Again, this is such a complicated situation when you have to deal with both collecting a Vlad relic and collecting boss kills. Theoretically, this is the correct decision because we know that Durdrak needs the gold ring, but we'll see how it plays out. I do want to take a quick peek at the other players real quick. Looks like Ren, also yet to find Holy Glasses, is still moving around the castle. Seems like almost everybody has found at least a couple of Vlad relics. Looks like Eldritch is full cleared The second castle? Yes. Except for creature. Gotcha. So not too much going on with those competitors. Yeah, every route has been so incredibly different. It's wild. Let's see here. Is that Mustache Mystic? Thank you very much for the Prime sub. Primer's rising up today of all days. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. So now Durdrak is going to be required to kill a bunch of bosses here. It's going to come down to execution and routing. Durdrak opting to go through the Colosseum to get to Beelzebub. We'll see how this works out. Meanwhile, the dark horse of this entire seed, Crazy Four Blades, having stayed in the second castle, to full clear all of the bosses and collect the extra gold ring, which none of the other competitors have found yet, except for, I would assume? Yeah, gold ring as well for Eldritch. This is pretty good. Getting that gold ring early is pretty damn good. Hopefully Crazy doesn't forget that he has gold and silver ring, or maybe he doesn't trust it because he's been screwed so many times from his second castle spoils before. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I forget what was here. I think it was like nothing. Yeah, Spike Breaker. Basically nothing. So Durdrak in the second castle, cleaning up bosses. Scrimp's doing something similar. Going to the second castle to clean up bosses. Also skipped a few bosses, right? Skipped Hippogriff. Skipped Lesser Demon in the first castle. Ooh, a little bit of buffering for Durdrak, and he's back. Let's go ahead and refresh that feed after he finds Gold Ring. So Durdrak found Gold Ring at Beelzebub and now has to make a decision of where to go next. Meanwhile, Crazy is not... Please tell me you're going to check. Oh, he's putting on the rings now? Oh, thank God. He's still in this. Putting on the gold and silver ring. Taking them off because they don't really do much after you put them on once. Alex also had gold ring. Did I not see that? Yes, you are correct. Alex also stayed in the second castle to clear up a bunch of stuff. So it seems like anybody who stayed in the second castle seems to be doing relatively okay here. Seemed to be a pretty strong play for this preset. Dude, my internet is struggling today. That or it's everyone else's internet? I'm not sure which. I think I need to refresh here. There it is. And it was Form of Mist. Wow, that is a huge deal. Crazy Four Blades with a massive advantage because he's going to find all 5 Vlad relics first, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no! Stop buffering, please! Please, internet, please! Oh, we're back. We're so friggin' back. Uh-oh, Durdrak. Trying to grab this item here, and it's a Heaven Sword. Let's go, Durdrak. You wasted so much time just to grab a Heaven Sword. Gets baited by the sprite, thinking it was going to be a Chrysogrim. So now I'm very curious how this mist is going to fit into this preset here. Like, this seed, I should say. Also, I don't think anybody has found library cards. I haven't been paying super close attention to all the competitors, but I've yet to see a library card used. So we'll see. Crazy makes his way over to the bodacious buddies, Minotaur and Werewolf. Everybody asks where's Wolf, but nobody asks how's Wolf. Or why Wolf, even. So it seems like these players have all flipped positions now. Crazy Four Blades, the only one left in the first castle. Meanwhile, everybody else has revisited the second castle. See if they can find progression as well as kill the rest of the bosses that they have missed. Interesting stuff here. Meanwhile, Crazy is going to be doing, I imagine, the All Rocks checks right now. And he's going to combine that with Silver Ring, if I had to guess. Oh, wait, he doesn't have Jewel of Open yet. Oh, he doesn't have Jewel of Open yet. Jewel of Open's at Castle Keep, which he hasn't gone back to yet. I see. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit awkward then, routing-wise for Crazy, because he needs Jewel of Open to do Silver Ring. However, Silver Ring might not necessarily be the exact location of the Final Vlad. It's possible that the Final Vlad is at Soul of Bat instead, which does not require the Jewel of Open. So... Ooh, speaking of bosses, by the way, Durdrak already doing a much faster version of this boss fight by doing both jump slashes so you can hit multiple times, and has the Girthang powered up with Dark Metamorphosis in order to do so much more damage than Crazy was able to do with his standing Holy Sword slashes. He probably cleared that fight like a minute faster, I swear to God. So that's a pretty big deal. Those are the types of things that helps you like make up time. You know what I mean? Because Durdrak does need that time made up. Or does he actually? Hold on. Because I'm looking at his tracker right now. His doppelganger left. And creature left as far as second castle bosses. And then he has to go back to the first castle anyways. He might be catching up. Is it just clean movement? And also skipping Mermaid Statue? Is that all it takes? Granted, he does have to do All Rocks when he gets back. He has to do Hippogriff when he gets back. He has to do Lesser Demon when he gets back. But other than that... Magically sealed! No! Crazy Four Blades forgot that he doesn't have Jewel of Open! No! Uh-oh. I mean, it's not that big of a deal because you wanted to go this way anyways to kill Hippogriff. But you did just waste some MP, which is a little unfortunate. It's not that big of a deal. It's fine. Everything's fine. We've all been there before. I've definitely forgotten many a times. Oh, MP refill glitch! Crazy Four Blades does an MP refill glitch live in this tournament match. And he's banned forever from my tournaments for glitching. I can't believe it. Wow, the MP refill glitch that didn't even help him at all. Because he ended up refilling his MP afterwards. Sorry, Crazy Four Blades, you are forever banned for using a glitch that happens completely randomly. Invalid run. Sent to the gulag 10,000 years. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. That's funny. Jewel of Open found. Does he immediately go back is my question. Maybe with a save split. I would consider doing it with a save split at this spot. Especially because you don't have Holy Glasses yet. You're going to need those. Still missing some Vlad relics. You did just find 2. I think. Or 1. I don't know how to count. Does he go for the save split? Doesn't go for the save split. But also doesn't backtrack for it. He says, Silver Ring, I don't need it. Either his brain is leaking out of his ears. Oh, he's grabbing the warp and then going back. See, I just would have save split and then backtracked or something. But I guess that makes sense too. Because maybe his plan is to go to the caverns after this anyways. So yes, actually, because he's planning on going to the caverns after this, his play makes more sense than mine. I'm a dirty, stinky doo-doo who doesn't know how to play the game. Crazy Four Blades is on his way to possibly even winning. So, Well, everybody is lagging over here. Let's take a quick peek at everybody else who's probably also lagging. Yep, everybody's lagging. Ren seems to be going back to the first castle. Alex is in the first castle with quite a few relics in hand. Also has Mist. So I'm going to keep an eye on Eldritch as well, who also has Mist. But Crazy finally checks it, and it's nothing! Oh, ouch. Ouch. So Soul of Bat seems to be the final relic location. Well, I wonder if I dropped a super chat if you would see it. Try it and find out, Jack. Sorry, I'm so locked in on this epic race. Oh, Crazy is going to get baited again by Merman statue, if I had to guess. That's tough. Damn, a lot of buffering going on. Maybe it's Twitch. Maybe Twitch is having problems today. I don't know. What up, Cobrix? Silver Ring was nothing. It was literally 0 relics. It was a empty slot. So okay. Crazy does want to use his Mist to his advantage because he knows that it's a high complexity thing. So he is going this location first, which is pretty strong. Pretty strong decision overall. The only problem is Durdrak is right behind him and he's about to eat his lunch, I think. Potentially. He still needs to do a couple of bosses, though. But Durdrak, I think, was able to clear second castle quite a bit faster because of that Soul of Bat. So Crazy Four Blades was first to find Mist, but Durdrak, I think, knows exactly where to go because he knew that Gold Ring, Silver Ring was unlocked by second castle progression. So he knows that he needs to go this way. Yep, and he's going to go check Holy Glasses right now. So Durdrak has a chance to catch up here. Meanwhile, Crazy Four Blades needs to kill all of the bosses here in the first castle and collect those missing Vlad relics before Durdrak is able to. That's a tough call because Crazy has to do Scylla, Cerberus, Grand Falloon, and save Richter and kill Scylla. Damn. Finds the final Vlad, though. I'm sorry, what now? I'm sorry, everybody pause real quick. Pause real quick. I have to double check and make sure that this is real.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Hold on. Am I getting punked? Am I getting pranked? Also, what happened to my stream? My stream is acting weird on YouTube. The fuck? That's a $100 super chat, Jack. I found you during COVID and I've been watching since. Not on Twitch, so I couldn't help out there. Oh my God, thank you. What the hell? You're insane. It's real. The $100 super chat is real. What the fuck? Thank you. God damn, bro. You're crazy. So maybe it is my internet that's messing up. It's so strange. Did I, what happened on YouTube? What happened? I'm concerned now that something happened with my stream setup. No, it's fine. It just reset its settings. I thought that the YouTube stream ended, but it just reset to default settings somehow. Very strange. Sax Boss, by the way, thank you for the sub as well. Yay tournament. Good luck to the participants. Thank you, thank you. Thank you to me. Obviously, the most important participant. If you'd like to help DB's internet, donate $101. This is not legal or serious advice. Thank you, Riddick. Thank you. YouTube gang running this. Oh, no. No, YouTube. YouTube chatters, they're rising up. They realize that they have rights, too. And they're going to have a war with the Twitch chatters. This is a tough call. This is a interesting situation here. So I think Durdrak is doing the route that I would do in his shoes, which is clear the bosses on this side of the castle, use your mist to go do Silver Ring, hope that it's the final Vlad relic, because it's a 50-50 in his position, whether it's the final Vlad relic or not. He finds Merman statue. He might get baited by that, but might not as well. We'll see. I doubt he gets baited by Merman statue, because if he's been paying attention, granted, it's a long seed. We're at almost 50 minutes in now. If he does get baited by this, it's unfortunate, but he technically does have the information to know that Merman statue is a bait, but we'll see. YouTube rising just as the boners, just as the rising sun. Damn, this seed is actually kind of insane. It's been a little hard to follow because of all the boss shenanigans, but from this perspective, so long as Durdrak does not get baited by this Merman statue, I think he has it. He's going to find nothing here. He needs to still kill Hippogriff. So he's definitely not leaving until he does that. Let's see what's going on over here. Eldritch just finds Jewel of Open. We have Sestrin chilling in the second castle, as always. Love to see it. Alex missing a few Vlad relics and holy glasses. And we have Ren in the second castle still missing the gold ring as well. It seems like a lot of people were struggling with this seed. It seems like you just needed to do everything. You just needed to do everything and you needed to find the fastest way to do it. And somehow, some way, Durdrak kind of figured it out. Yeah, we just saw Sestrin die as well. Who's going to toss the first karma coin? The first karma coin to get tossed in the tournament is going to be an epic occasion, that's for sure. And I can't wait to see it personally. So yeah, here we are. Durdrak, one boss down, one check left for him to do. Technically two, but I don't think he's getting baited here. He's going to the library. Yeah, for sure. And it makes sense, too, because you're missing Lesser Demon. You haven't killed Lesser Demon yet. And you found Mist locked behind Gold Ring and Silver Ring, which was locked behind going to the second castle. So all signs are pointing towards go there. Also, yeah, Durdrak should have also realized that Merman statue has to equal Echo of Bat, because Echo of Bat was required to get the Holy Glasses. So Durdrak is just fully locked in, fully tuned in, fully tuned up, all that fun stuff.
That's gonna be a new sub alert. I already know it.
And Techo, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Much appreciated. If you're watching on the Twitch channel and you just got a sub, congratulations on the ad viewing experience and all the emotes. But yeah, this so far I think has been the longest seed for the entire tournament for anyone to finish. Because we're looking at finish times of 38 minutes, 46 minutes, 27 minutes. So this seed is definitely an outlier so far. And much like that, Durdrak an outlier in the fact that he's quite a bit in the lead, it seems like. Crazy Fourblade's not too terribly far behind. But he is still missing a relic. Where the frick is the Ring of Vlad? This seed has been so long, I don't remember where Ring of Vlad was. So that could be problematic, that he skipped Ring of Vlad. But, you know, other than that, he only has the Holy Glasses left and the Shaft Orb. So there's that. Could be worse. Oh, well. Why can't I make the fish spin here? Sorry, YouTube. The spinning fish technology hasn't caught up for Google, the greatest and biggest tech oligarchy in the world. You just get like a regular fish emote, sadly. Yeah, I don't remember where anything is this seed. This seed was kind of brutal. Pretty long. Pretty girthy. We're looking at for Ring of Vlad, yeah. Because that's what Crazy is missing. He's going to find glasses here. Ring of Vlad has to be one of the checks that he just skipped. Which checks are even skippable? That because he's done all the bosses. So, like, what could it be? Joel is too high-tech for Google, yep. Yeah, Silver Ring was at entrance. I think he's checking for a library or mana prisms, yeah. And puts on the holy glasses. Meanwhile, I think Durdrak is on his way to the end of the game. Honestly, every time I've looked at Durdrak this entire race, dude's just been moving in wolf form, schmoving around, swagging out. And maybe it did come down to movement. Maybe it also came down to the small decision-making of waiting to do all rocks, doing the caverns early. That's twice now where Merman Statue was just a bait. So maybe Merman Statue might just become the new thing that people don't trust. I don't know. Ring was at Trio, just rewound and found it. Wait, Crazy Four Blades killed Trio, but didn't get the relic drop? Like he left the room before it dropped? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, no. Dude, I've done that before. Where I'm like, dude, where the fuck is this last Vlad relic? I've checked everything. What the fuck? Wait, does Crazy know? Because he's going back to the second castle. So he must know, or at the very least be under the impression that he left it in the second castle somewhere. Dude. Yeah, he just flew out of the room too fast. I mean, as long as he remembers which relic he skipped, which it seems like he has a purpose. He's moving with a purpose, so he might remember. He might remember that he skipped Trio. But I don't think it's going to change the fact that Durdrak should be potentially finishing first here, unless something insane happened when I wasn't looking on this screen. No. Doesn't look like it. So it looks like we are going to be congratulating Durdrak on his first win of the tournament so far. We've had 4 races in 3 separate winners. The only person to go back-to-back has been Ren so far. But as long as there's no oopsies here, Durdrak is looking pretty clean. And there it is. That's time for Durdrak. First place, 56-38. And not only that, I will talk about this a little bit later, but crazy, no! No, wait. Unless the tracker's bugged? Wait, is tracker bugged? Does he actually have all the Vlad relics? Is tracker bugged? Hold on, is the bugged tracker baiting us into thinking that Crazy is actually so over, but it's actually so back? Oh my god, the tracker was bugged! He had the relic the whole time! Holy shit, damn, that's a close-ass race! They took 2 completely different routes. And they're finishing within a minute of each other, 2 minutes of each other? And they had to do everything in the game. Damn. Most bugged tournament moment. I don't know what's going on with the tracker. I hardly know her. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody else is... I mean, we can't trust the tracker. But Alex seems to be missing Tooth of Vlad and a few bosses. Ren seems to be almost done with the game and is getting Form of Mist at the very end. I imagine he has all of the Vlad relics. It seems like save splitting breaks the tracker that they're using. I'm going to talk to them about that, actually, and see if we can maybe fix that for later. So, yeah. But just in time to watch Crazy Four Blades use his 2 blades from the Iron Shield spell and spell combos to kill Shaft. And he's going to make his way to Dracula here in just a second. Securing another second place finish. I want to point this out now. Crazy Four Blades might be one of the more consistent players in this tournament right now. He hasn't won a race yet, but his current placements are 3rd place, 2nd place, 4th place, and this is looking to be another 2nd place. And not too far behind, Classic Advent. Oh, and Scrimps. Look at everybody piling. They're all flooding in at the very end here. Everybody took completely different routes. Come on, Crazy. Clutch it up, baby. There it is. Time. Second place for Crazy Four Blades. Just in time. The finishers are literally flooding in now. Classic Advent looks to be next up. Good showing today for Classic Advent. Getting first place earlier, and this is looking like a clean third place so long as nothing bad happens. Double checking, double checking. Doesn't look like anybody on this side is necessarily threatening here. And you know what's also crazy about this? These 4 players that we've been following this whole time are finishing top 4. Not only that, these 4 players finished top 4 in the most previous race, the one right before this. Today might just be their day. Today just might be their day. But this is huge points. Getting passed around. I got a big 1, 2, 3, 4 for my placements. GG's to Classic Advent getting third place here. This seed was really tough, genuinely. I do not envy y'all for routing this and speedrunning it. It could have went so many different ways. So many different ways. Advent almost lost the lead due to menuing. It happens. Menuing is a skill in this game. I kind of wish we had the report the same way that Super Metroid. They show how long you sat on the map screen or how long you were paused. I would like to see that for SotN too, because I think there are some players who can just pause and menu faster. And that could, it matters. GG's to Scrimps getting 4th place here. Yeah, it's crazy to see Durdrac, Crazy Four Blades, Classic Advent, and Scrimps getting 1 through 4. And then the race previously, it was Classic Advent, Scrimps, Durdrac, Crazy Four Blades. They're on a tear today. Very consistent, very consistent. I went to Soul of Bat so I could skip Holy Symbol and Merman. Makes sense, yeah. I think you had done literally everything up to that point, right? Something like that. Damn. Crazy races today. It's been very fun to watch. Very fun to watch. I imagine Ren is on his way to the end of the game. We need to figure out what's going on with this tracker. It seems like save splitting kills the Vlad relics. So I might ask for future races that we use what Alex is doing, which is just a screen cap of your actual tracker to prevent that from happening, hopefully. Yeah, you know what this seed actually came down to in my mind? I think it came down to damage on bosses. Funny enough. Because there was a point where specifically Galamoth, I think, took Crazy an extra like minute and a half compared to how long it took for Durdrac. My awful movement didn't help. I do think this, funny enough, your route ended up, if played perfectly and if you found a better weapon, I think would have been ideal because of the early access to Mist. But the Soul of Bat being in the first castle was also incredibly powerful for many reasons. But it seems like a lot of people are just sticking with Iron Shield. This is a relatively low power seed as well. Not a lot of people finding like super OP gear. I think Gurthang might have been the strongest weapon. It was like between Gurthang and Iron Shield, yeah. Yeah, your Galamoth was very nice. I was pointing it out when it was happening. Because when Crazy was doing his Galamoth fight, I pointed out that he was using Holy Sword, and it was just like taking a while. But you were able to Dark Metamorphosis with Girthang and get the jumping double slashes, and it sped that fight up by a lot. You got to know that Bat was at Coliseum, though. I guess in a way, yeah. Yeah, it was strange. Oh, that's true, because you saw that you already had missed. Yeah, so you knew by the time you got there that it had to be Bat there. That makes sense. Yep. Yeah, because it was one of those weird situations where you find Leapstone flight locked. So then it's okay, it's either Bat or Mist is flight in the seed. But GG's to Ren with another 5th place, is that? Yeah, it looks like 2 5th places back to back. Going from double first to double 5th. Goes to show that, you know, depending on the preset, depending on who's playing hot, what day, execution, all that stuff, anyone can win these. You got to execute and you got to get lucky. I think I left second castle too early at the start. Maybe. I think Durdrak ended up taking a relatively similar route, Scrimps. The main difference between you and Durdrak's route, because you guys were doing relatively similar things, was he ended up saving All Rocks for later. You did All Rocks after getting Soul of Bat, where Durdrak grabbed the warp and went to the caverns first. And that ended up allowing him to skip Merman Statue, which means that he skipped Holy Symbol, which ended up saving him quite a bit of time, because then he found Holy Glasses later on and knew for a fact that that Merman Statue was bait. And I think that saved him quite a bit of time. Plus, his movement was very, very clean. I will say. There's a lot of moments where Durdrak was utilizing the Wolf for some very interesting movement, especially leaving Succubus. Yeah. It was just kind of like a coincidence thing where it's like you do one route that just gives you information that helps you later on, versus like from your perspective, you had to check what was behind Merman Statue because it was still part of the complexity chain and you needed glasses, obviously. I love that strat for leaving Succubus. It's so fun. It's really cool. I need to time that to see if it's better for glitchless, unironically. Because the glitchless strat isn't like amazing, and it should theoretically save MP. Granted, we use our MP quite a bit in that section, so I don't know if it ends up mattering or not. I don't know if we could use more MP to save time later somewhere else. Because we'd be saving MP on 2 gravity jumps, I want to say. Either way, there's a lot of stuff in glitchless that I want to test and see which is faster and stuff. It's faster and easier with only Wolf and not Power, if that matters. Yeah, we wouldn't have Power of Wolf in glitchless, so. It could be another spot where Wolf ends up actually saving a little bit of time, which would be cool. There's not a lot of those in actual speedruns. There's only a handful where transforming to Wolf matters. Eldritch is doing the doggy paddle! Let's go! Nice. Putting on a show for us. Also, I'm just now realizing Alex finishing up here, so long as my internet will allow me to. There we go. Yeah, I think Multistream is having a tough day, Twitch is having a tough day, or I'm having a tough day internet-wise. I don't know what's going on. It says I haven't dropped any frames, but also my YouTube stream like reset its settings halfway through the stream. I don't know what's going on. I think if you play it safe, you do what I did. I think your play overall was a very strong route. It's just this seed happened to be pretty stingy on giving out things like library cards. Like, all it takes is for one library card to exist anywhere in the second castle and for you to find it, and all of a sudden your route saves like 3 minutes. So doing a full clear of the second castle before going first castle, I think generally in this preset tends to be pretty strong. But there are moments where it's not as good, for sure. But that's Randomizer for you. If doing the same thing every single time was always the solution, then, you know, wouldn't be a Randomizer. Yeah, I think your route is safe and has the potential to be extremely fast. Whereas going first castle early has the potential to win out by finding stuff. Because, like, you know, Spike Breaker being progression, Spike Breaker location having Holy Glasses means that Soul of Bat and Echo happen to be in the first castle, but they could have easily been in the second castle. Who knows? So, looks like another forfeit from Sestrin, and yet again, Alex winning here. GG's. And Eldritch has just a few bosses left. I imagine he has all the Vlad relics, or most of them by now. But that is another race in the books, folks. Congratulations to all the racers today. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube. It helps me out a lot. Eldritch is having a good time. See, he's laughing and smiling. He's having a great time. And if you had a great time, I'd love to see you in the live chat, twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. And we'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Have a good one. Bye-bye.